Shalom and blessings, Boker Tov, meaning good morning, children of Yahuah, beloved and chosen of Yahuah, and the lost sheep. Welcome everyone, and we are going to be continuing with the Action Besorah, video 13, Yahuah's redemptive story. So, here we go. We are on Entering the Promised Land, based on Joshua or Husha 3-4. Carry the ark of the Adonai into the river. As the priests obey, the Jordan suddenly stops flowing. Stand here with the ark until everyone has crossed over. As if held back by a giant hand, the waters of the Jordan stop flowing, while the whole Yasharite nation crosses over into the land Yahuah has promised them. I hope you guys can see. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. When all have crossed, Husha orders a man from each of the tribes to bring a large stone from the riverbed. Carry these stones to camp. They will remind us of how Yahuah stopped the Jordan so that we could cross over safely. Joshua or Husha sets up 12 more stones in the middle of the Jordan at the place where the priests hold the ark. When he tells the priests to carry the ark across the river, when they reach the bank, the floodwaters of the Jordan rush through the riverbed. The Yasharites set up their first camp at Gilgal. Here they celebrate their first Passover feast in the Promised Land.
All broken up.
The walls of Jericho, based on Joshua 5-6. And Joshua, just like Yahusha, it's pronounced the same way as Yahusha. In the Promised Land, the Yasharites find fruit and grain. Look, food enough for everyone. Thank Yahuah. This is a wonderful place. Now that the people can find food for themselves, Yahuah no longer sends the manna he has sent for 40 years. While the rest of the camp enjoys the new land, Joshua scouts the area in preparation for the attack of Jericho. Suddenly, he looks up and sees a man with a sword. Is he going to try to kill me? But Joshua is no coward. Bravely, he faces the stranger. Are you friend or enemy? Neither. I am the captain of the Adonai's army. It's one of the Kodesh angels, or a messenger from Yah. What is it you want to tell me? First, take off your shoes, for the place where you are standing is Kodesh ground, or holy ground. Joshua obeys. Here is what you have to do to conquer the city of Jericho. When the angel leaves, Joshua returns to camp and calls the priests together. I want the ark carried around the walls of Jericho. 7 priests with trumpets will march ahead of it. Once a day for 6 days in a row, Joshua marches the Yasharites around the city of Jericho. From her house on the wall, Rahab watches anxiously.
She likes the big pieces.
Back and forth. The Yasharites show no sign of attacking us, yet the city is breathless with fear.
They're too big, see?
And in the guard tower, Jericho soldiers grow tense. What are they trying to do? Work an evil charm on us? Whatever it is, it's working. Our soldiers are scared. On the 7th day, the Yasharites march around Jericho 7 times. The priests blow their trumpets, and the marchers shout.
You'll only eat the big fat ones today. This doesn't make any sense.
She ate some flat ones when I gave it to her. And the walls of the mighty city collapsed to the ground. So when they blew the trumpets, it made the building or the walls collapse. In all of Jericho, the only ones saved are Rahab, who believed in Yahuah and helped the scouts and her family. The Yashraelite soldiers searched the city for iron, brass, silver, and gold for the tent of meeting treasury. Look at this beautiful robe. Forget it, Joshua said we can't keep anything for ourselves. Why should I fight and not take something? I'll hide something and no one will know. Yahuah would know. After the victory of Jericho, Joshua calls some of the scouts to him. Here is the city of all. It guards the approach of our future campaigns. We must find out how strong the city is before we attack. We'll scout it out the way we did Jericho. The ambush of Ai, or A. It's AI, based on Joshua 7 through 8. The scouts soon returned to camp, eager to report to Joshua. The army of all is small. We can take the city and leave most of our troops here to rest. Joshua sends only 3,000 men to take Ai. But at the city gates, the army of Ai runs them off. These are the brave soldiers who took Jericho? Look at them run. They're afraid to fight. The frightened Yashraelites return from their defeat at Ai. Joshua and the whole camp are stunned. What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden we were afraid and ran. The soldiers can't explain why they were afraid, so Joshua seeks help from Yahuah. Yahuah, why did this happen? Now our enemies will destroy us. Yahuah tells Joshua that the people are being punished because someone disobeyed him when they took Jericho. Oh, so he must have taken the robe for himself. One of the people didn't follow the instructions of Yahuah, and now they're being punished. Early the next morning, Joshua calls the leaders of the tribes to him. Someone disobeyed Yahuah's order and kept part of the spoils of Jericho. This man must be punished, or we will die at the hands of the enemy. Yahuah points out Achan as the guilty one. It's true, I sinned against Yahuah and my people. Now we stand right with Yahuah again. Now with Yahuah's support, Joshua leads soldiers against Ai. Joshua raises his spear to give the signal for the Yashraelites to rush in and set fire to the city. The soldiers of Ai are caught in a trap and quickly defeated. Stop the sun, based on Joshua 9 through 10. News of Joshua's victories spreads. The Gibeonites know that they are next, so they come up with a plan. They send a delegation to meet with Joshua. They wear old and dirty clothing and put moldy bread in their saddlebags. We come from a faraway country, very far, so far that you won't have heard of it. We came because we have heard about the greatness of your Elohim. We want to sign a peace treaty with you. Should we make a treaty with them? What if they really live in the promised land and we're supposed to conquer them? Look at how worn their saddles and clothes are. And the bread in their saddlebags, it's gone moldy. It's disgusting. They must have traveled from many miles away for their possessions to get this beat up. Neither Joshua nor his men think to pray and ask the Adonai about these travelers. So Joshua promises to live in peace with their people. A few days later, the Yashraelites come to the city of Gibeon. There they see the men they just signed a treaty with. This time, the men are wearing much nicer clothes. You lied to us. We knew if we didn't do something, you would conquer us all. That is why we tricked you. But now our lives are in your hands. Do whatever your honor requires you to do. We can't kill them now, we promise. But from now on, they will be our servants. The Yashraelites move on, but a few days later they receive a message that their new servants are being attacked by the 5 Amorite kings. Joshua honors the treaty and marches his soldiers all night to catch the enemies of Gibeon by surprise. Don't let a single man escape. Fleeing from the Yashraelites, the enemy is caught in a terrible hailstorm. We have routed the Amorites, Joshua, but the sun is about to set. Under the cover of Lila or night, they'll be able to get away from us. Not if I have anything to say about it, they won't. O Adonai, make the sun stand still in the sky. Freeze the moon in her place, that we may have time to finish this battle in daylight. Yahuah answers Joshua's prayer. Daylight lasts long enough for Joshua to win the victory and save the people of Gibeon. A division problem based on Joshua 11:1 through 24:18. Under Joshua, the Yashvilites conquer all the cities of southern Canaan. Then they go back to their camp at Gilgal. When Joshua learns that the northern kings are forming a great army, he makes a quick march north and catches them off guard. His lightning attack throws the enemy into panic. What's happening? I thought we weren't fighting until tomorrow. With quick, decisive blows, Joshua takes the camp. Some of the enemy try to escape, but Yashvilite soldiers follow in close pursuit. The fighting lasts throughout the day, but by nightfall the enemy is in Joshua's hands. When the war is over, the Yashvilites rejoice and give thanks to Yahuah for their victories. When Joshua calls the leader to a special meeting, we have won much of the land Yahuah promised us. It's time for us to divide it among the tribes.
I can't believe this.
Caleb, Joshua's friend, speaks first. Because I was one of the scouts who was not afraid to take Canaan 45 years ago, Yahuah promised that someday I could have the land I saw. Give me the land around Mount Hebron, and I'll drive off the giants who live there and make it my home. Your wish is granted, Caleb, and may Yahuah bless you. Some years after the people are settled in their new homeland, Joshua again calls the tribal leaders to him. I am old and don't have much time left. Let me remind you all that what Yahuah has done for you. Choose this day who you will serve. Will it be Yahuah or false idols? We will serve the Adonai, our Elohim, and we will obey his voice. You know with all your heart and soul that not one of all the good promises of the Adonai, your Elohim, gave you has failed. Every promise has been fulfilled. Not one has failed. Okay. Next time we will be reading Cities of Refuge, Left-Handed Judge, the Song of Deborah, the Cowardly Judge, and Yahuah's Enforcer, and I might be able to do Defying the Philistines next time as well. Okay. I love you all, children of Yahuah, and I hope that you guys are learning and bearing some fruit from these lessons. Baruch haba Bashem Yahuah. Shalom and blessings.